You've been told to keep moving, to stay active, and to never stop exercising. And that's true. Movement keeps you alive. But what if I told you that some of the exercises you've been doing for years are silently destroying your body? You might not feel it right now, but they're wearing down your joints, crushing your spine, and setting you up for injuries that don't heal as quickly as they used to. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to wake you up, because after working with thousands of men and women over 50, I've seen how a few simple mistakes can cost people their mobility, independence, and even their confidence. So stay with me, because over the next few minutes, you're going to discover the 7 exercises that silently destroy your body after 50, and the safer, smarter alternatives that protect your spine, joints, and posture for life. But before we begin, tell me in the comments, which country are you watching this from, and how old are you? I love seeing our community from all around the world taking charge of their health together. All right, let's begin. Exercise number 1. Deadlifts, the spine crusher. It's the king of lifts, right? The move that builds strength and makes you feel powerful. But after 50, that same movement can become your spine's worst nightmare. Here's why. Deadlifts place extreme compressive force on your lower back. The moment your form slips, just a tiny bit, your spine pays the price. Even a 10-degree rounding of your lower back can multiply disc pressure by 40%. Research shows that degenerative disc changes begin earlier than you think, and by age 50, over half of adults already have some form of disc wear and tear. So when you bend forward under heavy load, your discs, already thinner and less hydrated, get crushed. One wrong pull, and you're in weeks of back spasms or worse, a herniated disc. Safer alternative. Try bodyweight hip hinges or one-leg deadlifts with no weight. You'll still strengthen your glutes and hamstrings while protecting your spine. Control every movement. Feel the stretch. Move slow. Exercise number 2, back extensions. The innocent pain maker. Back extensions look simple. You lie on your stomach, lift your upper body, and feel your back muscles tighten. Sounds like strengthening, right? But here's the hidden truth. This movement can quietly wreck your lower back, especially after 50. Let me explain why. As we age, the spine naturally loses flexibility. The discs between your vertebrae, those soft, shock-absorbing cushions, begin to dry out and thin. That means there's less space, less protection, and more direct pressure on your spinal joints. Now, when you do a traditional back extension, you're forcing your spine into hyperextension, a backward arching motion that compresses those same fragile discs and squeezes the small joints in your lower back called facet joints. When you lift your torso too high off the mat or machine, these joints jam together like gears grinding without oil. The result? Nerve pinching, facet joint irritation, lower back inflammation, and over time, chronic stiffness or pain that just doesn't go away. Many seniors unknowingly use this exercise to strengthen their back, thinking it will relieve pain. But in reality, they're strengthening the wrong pattern, teaching their spine to move excessively instead of teaching their core to stabilize it. That's the real danger, because after 50, what your body truly needs isn't more spinal bending or arching. It's stability, not mobility. Your back already moves enough. What it lacks is the deep muscle support from your core and glutes that keep your spine steady during daily activities like standing, lifting, or walking. The safer alternative, the bird dog exercise. Get on your hands and knees. Slowly extend your right arm forward and your left leg backward, keeping your hips and shoulders level. Hold for a few seconds, then switch sides. This move may look gentle, but it's one of the most powerful spine-protecting exercises you can do. Unlike back extensions that jam your spine, the bird dog builds protective strength, the kind that keeps you upright, steady, and pain-free in everyday life. Exercise number 3, sit-ups, the disc destroyer. Let's talk about one of the most common and most misunderstood exercises ever created, the sit-up. You've probably done thousands of them in your life, maybe even decades worth. You were told they build a strong core, burn belly fat, and protect your spine. But the truth? Every sit-up you do is slowly grinding down your spine from the inside out. That's not fear-mongering. It's pure biomechanics. When you perform a sit-up, your spine doesn't stay straight. It flexes. It curves forward again and again under the weight of your upper body. Now, think about what's happening inside. Your vertebrae are stacked like coins, and between them are soft, gel-like discs that act as shock absorbers. Each time you curl forward, you're squeezing those discs, pushing their inner fluid backward. Do that once? No big deal. Do that hundreds or thousands of times over years. You're setting the stage for disc bulges, herniations, and nerve pain that can change the way you move for the rest of your life. Renowned spine researcher Dr. Stuart McGill, one of the world's leading experts in spinal biomechanics, has proven through years of research that repeated spinal flexion, especially under load, is one of the leading causes of disc injury. He found that when you repeatedly bend the spine forward, the inner gel of the disc, called the nucleus pulposus, slowly migrates outward. Over time, it can rupture through the outer wall of the disc, what we call a herniation. Now here's why that's a disaster for older adults. As we age, those discs lose water content. They dry out and become less flexible. That means there's less cushioning and far greater chance of cracking or tearing. So every time you crank out another sit-up, thinking you're building abs, you're actually compressing a structure that's already fragile. It's like bending a dry twig. Do it enough times, and it will eventually snap. Why seniors should avoid sit-ups entirely after 50. Your spine needs protection, not pressure. Your core's main job isn't to move the spine, it's to stabilize it. But sit-ups train the opposite pattern. They teach your spine to flex instead of resist motion. That's the last thing an older adult needs. You see, most injuries after 50 aren't from one bad move. They're from accumulated stress over time. It's the small, repetitive strains that cause the big blowout later. The one that leaves you grabbing your lower back one morning and wondering, what did I even do? That's why I tell every client over 50, stop doing sit-ups. They don't strengthen your core the way you think. They just wear out your discs faster. Safer alternative, planks and core bracing. If you truly want a strong, functional core, the kind that supports your back, posture, and balance, you need to train your core the way it's meant to work in real life, as a stabilizer. That's where planks and core bracing come in. In a plank, your spine stays in a neutral position, straight, supported, and stable. You're not bending it, you're teaching it endurance and control. Sit-ups might give you a short-term burn, but they take a long-term toll. They push your spine beyond what it's designed to handle, especially once those discs lose elasticity with age. Planks and bracing, on the other hand, build the kind of core strength that keeps you standing tall, stable, and pain-free. They protect what sit-ups destroy. So, next time you're tempted to hit the floor for crunches or sit-ups, stop. Instead, brace, breathe, and build smart. Because a strong back isn't one that bends, it's one that endures. Now you understand why these exercises can silently destroy your body after 50. But more importantly, you now know how to protect yourself. Your body isn't giving up on you. It's asking you to be smarter. Because after 50, fitness isn't about ego. It's about longevity, freedom, and feeling good every single day. You don't have to stop exercising. You just have to exercise smarter. Because the goal after 50 isn't to punish your body. It's to protect it while keeping it powerful. Imagine standing tall again. No fear of back pain, no tight shoulders, no stiff neck. Imagine feeling strong, mobile, and confident every time you move. That's what happens when you choose smart movement over ego-driven workouts. Which of these exercises surprised you the most? And what safer move are you going to try first? If this video helped you, hit that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs this message. Your body deserves protection. Your health deserves respect, and your future deserves to be pain-free. Stay strong, stay smart, and I'll see you in the next one.